What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the first generation farm. We are still trying to finish up the corn harvest, but we are also getting ready to apply some NH3. Should be a pretty simplistic day. Let's get to it. Looks as though Daryl's going to start getting dumped off in the wagon. The co-op brought out their latest addition to their fleet, that being the New Holland four-wheel drive. I think this is a T.500. It's not very big, but they usually have to ship that big 715 out pretty regularly, and they needed another tractor to help out. Arthur has been pretty booked himself and is not really able to help us out at all, but I am not too concerned. We only have 2 plots of corn left. Jumping up to our map, that is the one plot we are currently harvesting right now, the field off to my right, and then the last one is right next to the dealership. All the rest of those are either my grass ground or the rectangle in the top right, that is Arthur's beans. I'll be interested to see how well this tractor performs against the 715. As we know, the 715 is Case IH's largest tractor, and quite literally the most powerful, but I got faith in this thing. It's a pretty nifty rig. It does feel nice to be back on the Iowa map, but I kind of been spoiled by the Wisconsin territory, and I'm really missing my garage back at the house. Let's get started with the bean ground, drop, and go. If you guys are fans of the first gen farm and you'd love to see it more, you gotta let me know by heading down below, smash that like button, consider subscribing. With the incorporation of the Wisconsin dairy farm, it's gonna be a challenge to figure out what I want to do for each Friday's episode. The Wisconsin map has been highly anticipated, but there's still so much character that this farm possesses. I don't really want to leave it. On an animal note, our calving pen is looking fine with the manure, or should I say feed. Either side is holding their own, and they are getting really close to that full-grown weight. Our beef market is really on the rise, and I think we're going to come out on top, because if they're in any way, shape, or form profitable like the hogs, we are going to be in for some serious cash. I'd probably better check on the wagon. I don't know if Daryl got going yet or not, but the New Holland will be around on all of the different bean plots to get this ready for corn. The 1206 will get hooked up to our disc unless our little case is able to pull that. Tillage is a little all over the place because the 1206 is really the only high horsepower tractor I own. Everything else is either rented or borrowed. Yep, Daryl is moving just fine. We're certainly starting to stack up the bins. Yes, it is a little wet, but we have the dryer, so no need to worry. Not certain if we're going to be able to get that pull-behind forage harvester in order to get some actual cattle feed made. But hay really should work for now. It'd probably be different if I was using dairy cattle, but hay should do fine for now. I don't know if you use TMR, if that makes dairy cattle better or if it makes the beef cattle better. I never really looked into that. Aha. So it does not necessarily matter if we have cattle feed or hay. Interesting. I was wondering if they did it like Farm Sim, where I think it's 80% efficiency if you use just hay, and then it's 100% if you use TMR, aka cattle feed. I think old Daryl's getting ready to start on the rows, so let's jump back to the New Holland and see where he's at and if he needs to start getting ready to shift over ground. Why don't you guys let me know down in the comment section with the long-awaited release of the Wisconsin map, what are your thoughts on it? You already know that I personally love it, but I'm just one person. There's so many more of you guys that I want to hear your input on it. The terrain differences has really been my favorite part. I just love how much up and down the map has now. It gives it a bit more life in my perspective. The only thing I'm missing on the Wisconsin map is the co-op setup. I have not taken the time yet to get a co-op in order. Would I like to try and be a lot more self-sufficient on the dairy series? Yes, but I'm also trying to figure out what service I want the co-op to really provide, because I don't necessarily need as much of it considering the different styles of operations. Probably got what, 1 or 2 passes left? Oh, come on, pick it all up. Really, man? You got plenty of room. It is what it is. We'll get him shifted over to the next piece of ground, and then it is possibly off to finishing out the one corn plot and then moving to the east, which apparently we still have a lot more corn in this than I thought we would. That's all right, but that hopper is looking full. Daryl, just make it to the end of the row. We'll get you unloaded. Just push through. I beg of you. There she be. Let's get this show on the road. Maybe. If I can find the auger. That just about fills us up, so I might as well take it over to the bins. Fuel looks pretty good on this. I did not check what it was in the combine. We'll have to look at that before we head east. With this, it'll put us over like 2,400 bushel? Yeah, 2425. We should be down to our last pass. I got the New Holland started over down by the co-op, so he is rolling, and we're not going to be too far behind him since we got to go that way anyway. I might run in the combine for just a wee bit. Kind of want to see what's going on. So, excuse me, Daryl. I'd like to drive this. Thank you. As slow as it could take to harvest with an 8-row header, it's still nice that I can just drive down the road with it still on. Sometimes it takes a little while to harvest with an 8-row header, but when you don't have to worry about taking it off, it's real nice when you can just drive down the road. There we go. That's what I like to see. Our yield's looking pretty promising when it comes down to it. I've taken, what, 3 or 4 loads to the dryer already? And we got over 2,400 bushel. So if we can get, what, a 4,000 bushel harvest? I'd be pretty happy with that. Looks as though the New Holland is rolling strong. I'll put it this way. I'm not a huge fan of the design of the New Hollands, but they're not bad looking tractors. I personally would buy that tractor if it had wheels, like big duals on it. The large frame Steiger looks absolutely phenomenal with its big dual setup, and if that tractor just had that, it looks so much better. Ooh, I'm starting to get full. I better run over and get the wagon. Hold on. I don't think he'll fill me up, but I'll probably get pretty close, so I might as well run back to the house. On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Can I get him? Can I get him? Can I get him? Yeah! Oh, speed difference. Speed, speed, speed. That's better. Oh, he might fill me up. No, but he'll get close. Let's just ride it out and see if he gets it. Nope, won't get it on the first headland, but we will on the second. There it is. All right, let's dump. Oh, shoot, Arthur's out here. I didn't know he swapped over to beans. Huh, wonder if he got the plot next to his house done yet, or if he's just doing that. I don't know. I know we're on the last stretch, because once we get this plot done, we should be wrapped up with corn, and then it's pretty much just on to tillage. Can't recall if this is a 350 bushel cart or just a 300 bushel cart. I think it's 350. If it's 350, I think it'd be 775. Let's double check that. Oh, it's 325. It's 325. A little smaller. I know bean's not a super high yielding crop, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to fit that whole field inside the hopper. If he does, it means he's got a horrible crop. If he needs us, I'm sure he'll give us a ring, but I don't think he's gonna need any help. Maybe he's got a straight truck coming later, I don't know. It's not my problem. Ooh, we might be just in time. I see that yellow on top of the hopper. Yeah! How's that for timing? Just please don't... No, it's the second one, so he won't jolt over. It's like, please don't jolt over, as I have him dump about half of it on the ground. With him now empty, let's go ahead and jump back to this. He's getting pretty close to done. Looking pretty good. We'll have to get P and K spread at some point as well. I gotta look at the yield bonus. I don't remember which one the P and K actually affects. I think that one's affected by beans. Yes, 25% yield boost on P and K for soybeans. Oh, that's right. We do have oat now. So I guess we could look into that for a cover crop, but I think it's a little late to plant. We'd had to plant that in what, October? Don't really remember the threshold for winter oats. This feels so weird seeing a not red tractor in the game. Anybody else think that? Granted, the Versatile has red and yellow, but it's weird to see a tractor that's not primarily red. It's kind of nice for a change. On the topic of a change of tractor, I still have yet to use the Anteater. It's not like it costed an arm and a leg, but I've yet to use this thing once. It's got unutilized potential. I'll have to look back at my map to see what all still needs to be anhydrous. I do not recall which fields were still beans, and we hardly went through any NH3. Awesome. I think that was like $3,000 I put into the tank. So we own plots there. I'm just trying to think what all we need to do, because I'm pretty certain if we had to till up anything, it'd be one of the 3 fields up top or these 2, because the rest of this is all grass. But let's take the pickup and see whether this plot, this plot, this plot, or this plot need to be tilled, because I am drawing a blank right after we empty out the combine because I forgot about Daryl. My bad. Well, I will be dipped in stick. He got that whole thing into the hopper. Hold on, I gotta ask him how full this got him. Look at that monster go. I didn't even see any crop sitting on top of it. What's going on, man? How much grain you got? You put this whole thing in there and it's only got 3/4 of a tank? Holy cow. All right, well, best of luck to you, bud. I gotta keep going for NH3 stuff, but yeah, just wanted to check in on you. Nice. That is absurd. I'd have thought he gotten at least 1 hopper out of it. Contestant number 1. That's a blank field. What about contestant number 2? Also blank. Contestant number 3, maybe? Also empty. What about 4? All of them, just empty. Wait, it wasn't that plot. It's the one to my left. Ah, well, doesn't matter. It's empty anyway. Dang it. Well, then I guess for now, we'll just take that sucker back to the co-op. If we end up getting more ground that we're going to put corn in, then I'll let you guys know. But maybe we'll feed some of the cattle here quick while Daryl's still trying to finish up this plot. And that'll probably wrap us out for the day. Don't really have much more, but oh, holy cow. Okay, he is full. Hold up. Taking the ditch. Sorry, Daryl. And I'm pretty much full as well. So this is going to take 2 trips. Son of a beeswax. Where's more grain storage when you need it? Well, you know what I could do? I could take the 6.0 up to the hay shed and grab the case with my tilt deck, and we could just try and get tillage started with that. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, let's take care of that. Oh, that's right. I still had feed on the trailer. Well, we can take that down to the cattle yard. That's not going to be a problem. Just leftover food. Eat up, Bessie. I never did confirm if the case has enough power to pull the disc, but we're going to just send up a hope and a prayer that it does. Because I'm not about to pull the 1206 off the wagon, because with the hills it's working on, it's about all we can do. I have still yet to take the little H back down to the shop. It's probably got a dead battery at this point. I just have a really big problem with how far everything always gets parked on this trailer. My truck's got decent suspension. It just looks like it's ready to pop the front end off the ground every time. Looks like Daryl's full once again. Go figure. He can figure his own problem out. I got stuff to do. Like put the tractor possibly in the ditch. Crisis averted. I did not realize this trailer was that top heavy. Please have enough power. Please have enough power. Oh, come on, man. That's dumb. I think this is going to be about all we have for you guys on the first gen farm. Daryl's going to keep on rolling. I got to take this back to the silo. So make sure to check out the first gen playlist up in the top right hand corner of your screen. Other than that, make sure to keep it light, keep it loose, keep it fresh, and most importantly, keep it fun. We shall see you guys all in the next one. This is Squad Farms out. Peace.